How's it going, Ding Dongs? Welcome back to Ding Dong Drift. As you can see, I finally have a wide angle lens on the channel. Finally got a 17 to 50 millimeter lens for my A7 III. Gonna frame things a lot better now. Look at that. We can get the whole car in the shot. It looks freaking awesome, and it's still a zoom lens, so we can still do that if we want to. As you can see, no progress on the wide body because it got cold again. It snowed and it all melted now. And tomorrow it's snowing again. Haven't been in the garage, but I did get something done off camera, and that is this trunk extension. So you can see lines up nicely over here on this side, but if we come over here, we have a little something going on. Basically, this car's been in a major accident. I mean, look at this. This is a crumbly mess, and this whole area has just been pushed in. And I tried to fix it a little bit before I even had the wide body, but it was still not great. You can see the trunk doesn't really line up. I mean, it lines up better now because you can see I've been a little busy, and what I did here broke this. So because I pushed this area out so much, see, now it lines up with the trunk almost entirely, and this whole area lines up almost perfectly. I'm still gonna do a little more hammering, I think. The only thing that matters now for this point to match this point. And you see, if we put this here where it fits and lines up here, it's not even close. It's still a 1/4 inch off. It should be like up here and that close. You can see how far away it is. So instead of hammering and trying to fix it, this piece broke off. I'm gonna just 3D scan this area, model a new piece that will fit perfectly. We'll just be done with it. Honestly, I don't know how to do metal bodywork and stuff, and I don't have the right tools for it, so it's easier if I just scan this area and rebuild it with a 3D print. So once again, scanner that I'm using, Einstar Vega. Check it out, link in the description. I'm gonna be using it in fast mode with high resolution because I'm scanning a very small area, but it's still big enough that HD mode might struggle. Yeah, just leave it all on auto. Distance should be fine. I am gonna use scanning spray this time. This is the scanning spray that I use. Spot check. It's for, like, I think finding cracks in aluminum, I think. I think that's the actual purpose of this product. It works really well as a scanning spray. So I'm gonna let that dry out. I'm gonna take my time with the scan. I really want it to be perfect. And all of this is getting chopped off anyways. This whole entire corner, like this whole area is getting chopped off. So I don't really care how it's gonna look underneath because, as you guys know, doing a tube chassis in the rear, so none of that matters. If I'm scanning this, I might as well scan the trunk. Double check my model for the bumper because the trunk extension was also pretty difficult to attach, and I think I moved it around a little bit. So I'm gonna try to scan the trunk a little bit, and look how it's not able to scan the black. Gonna let this mesh, high resolution, so this might take a little while. Just head to the computer. All right, we're in the Ding Dong Dungeon, and as you can see, I have the models lined up. This is the old scan that I used to find the spot that I'm gonna mount the bumper to. Basically just needed this and everything else just to see what I'm gonna have to chop off. And then here is the new scan. You can see even the old scan doesn't line up with the new scan of the trunk. However, everything in this area is looking good. Everything's matching up as it should, and this side is looking perfect with the gap and everything looking normal. So all that is good, but here we have the broken area now. And what I'm gonna do now is take 3D model. I'm gonna take this piece, because that's what we printed. I'm gonna put it over here, and we're gonna try to get it to fit where we want. So I want this point here to match up with the top of this point on the trunk. Same as this side, you see that? And the reason for that is because you see the trunk has this bevel on it. I forgot to model that bevel into the wide body because I did it first. So what I'm gonna do is just sand the corner of the wide body off, giving that bevel. I'm probably gonna have to build up a little bit of Bondo there, but it's been a while, but I finally got it figured out. So basically the gist of it is I did it manually. So I had the scan and the print piece lined up, and I just went with multi-cut, and I literally traced around where the model and the scan intersect. Traced it all the way around, everywhere it intersects, and then I deleted those faces, and then I filled in the gap, and we're left with this now. So, weird wonky piece that is gonna be weird to print, but it's ready to go. So let's throw it on the printer. Hopefully it fits. because this was a lot of work and that would be really annoying if it didn't fit. Perfect. Hell yeah. All right, let's glue this shit on. All right, I got the piece glued on. As you can see, it's fitting perfectly. Everything lines up nicely. I made the whole piece just a slight bit shorter so that the epoxy and stuff will, you know, fill it in and stuff. But you can see now, this lines up exactly as it should right there. It's actually a little proud, which is okay. I can add body filler to this. Gonna let this cure overnight, and then we'll do the same thing to this as we did to this, but I'm not gonna film any of that. I'll just show you guys the end. I'll be right back once this cures.
One pair of pants later.
Well, it's a week later, and I didn't do anything that I said I was gonna do because I broke the wide body. I don't know if you can tell right there, the whole wide body broke in half because after I 3D scanned it, you can see all the scanning spray. After I 3D scanned it, this side was 13 millimeters too low and 6 millimeters too far backwards compared to this side, which is a big issue. Not a cool thing. I haven't really done much. It's spring, and in the spirit of spring cleaning, while that was curing, I started cleaning up the garage a little bit. And cleaning up the garage a little bit turned into completely renovating the entire garage, and you can see the whole layout is now different. I didn't film any of it because I don't know if you guys want to watch garage renovation videos, but basically the gist of it is, took the whole table from the corner, moved it to the center, took the toolbox that was there, put it over there. I took the shelves that were on the wall holding scrap wood and metal, took those down, and managed to push the entire rack over all the way to the edge, which gave me that extra room for these to move over. Put the welder over there. That's all the wood that was on those racks. I used that wood to build this nice little shelving unit. You can see, got nice little shelves now. This stuff used to be just like laying on the table here, like underneath the table. So that's all cleaned up now. This stuff will still get moved. And then I also built more shelves here. So now I can separate my tools, both ones that I use and ones that I don't, and just have a little bit more organization. I also took one of the shelves from over there, put it here so I could put like little stuff and miscellaneous things and gloves and stuff to free up more table space. I gotta clean all this up a little bit, obviously. Some stuff still needs to get put away. And I wanna design wall mounts for the battery chargers, so those could be off the table. You see I flipped the vise with the drill press, but right now I haven't figured out a place to put the grinder. I might use the wood that I have to extend this table. I just have to get rid of all those cans. The problem is they're crushed, and most recycling places don't take crushed cans, they only take whole cans, which is really stupid because it's just the same thing, you still melt them. Took this cabinet off of this wall, put it here, and that's basically it. Next, I gotta get rid of that motorcycle. If you want a Honda, I think it's a CB600 or 650, like a 1980s Honda. If you want the frame, I'll sell you the whole frame for $100 if you wanna come get it. I am pulling the motor out because I think it'd be cool to convert it to EFI from carbs with like a 3D printed ITB setup thing and put it in like a go-kart or something. I think that'd be cool. So if you guys think that'd be a good idea, let me know in the comments. That's basically it. I got it mostly cleaned up. I also pulled the W58 swap. I have a complete W58 swap from an SC300 with drive shaft, pedals, whole entire transmission, all the shifter boots, everything in the trans mount for an SC300. However, the transmission is blown. Third and fourth are very difficult, almost impossible to get into. So I'm guessing the synchros are just completely toast and mangled. So $800 for the whole swap. If you want to come get it, let me know, DM me on Instagram. I already have a few people messaging me, but most of them are from very far away. I don't know, I don't really, feels wrong selling something broken to someone that would drive for like a whole day to come pick it up. I don't know, I'd rather sell it to someone local so they could come yell at me locally. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, that's about it. So if I didn't film any of this, so if you guys wanna see more garage changes and renovations, let me know in the comments, because I haven't really done anything like that on this channel. So I don't know if you guys would ever even want to watch any of that, so that's why I didn't film it. But if you do want to see, because I have more plans, I have more stuff, like I got to put drywall up on the whole place because for some reason the previous owners put pegboard on the entire garage, which is insane because pegboard is more expensive than drywall. It makes no sense. It doesn't insulate the garage. It just freaking leaves, like, what? Yeah, really stupid. Previous owners were just absolutely brain dead. Even the people that hired. This is how this guy found the studs. Look around in the hole, try to find this. Like, bro, come on, what? And it's like that all the way down the whole wall. The guy missed every freaking stud just with the hammer, just smashing it. Because this head used to have pegboard on it, and yeah, that's how the guy found the studs to hang the pegboard. Absolutely insane. I do have an update on the rear bumper, so let's go take a look at that. All right, so before I show you the rear bumper, I'm gonna show you how bad the wide body was attached. So this is the current scan. I have it finally level, and I did that by jacking up the wide body from like the very bottom of it. I used my jack to lift it up, and then I heated up the part where it attaches to the car, melted it, and then I also drilled out the holes in the wheel well and ran bolts through them so it would hold it kind of in shape. And all that jacking up, twisting everything, that's where it cracked down the middle. Unfortunate, but I had to do it to get it to fit how I wanted. But you can see now it's the right height. However, it's still very far forward. And at this point, I'm just gonna send it. So the white is where it should be. This right here, that's where it should be. The green is where it is. So as long as it's the right height, it doesn't really matter, because looking from the back, you can tell differences in height, but you can't tell differences in depth. So the depth I can work with, I can bondo it. The bumper will just be slightly offset, let's say, which sucks, but what can you do? But here's the rear bumper. So looks kind of like handlebar mustache. I have it all completely designed, and it's gonna have these little hooks that will hook into the wide body. See the little hooks there? So you just push the bumper into the hooks, it will hook on, it will attach onto the original flange where the original bumper used to be, dips down for the trunk. So you could see, it's hard to tell, but it'll be easier to understand once I have it all printed out and everything. But this is basically how the rear is gonna look. I redesigned the diffuser, as you can see. It used to have little thin fins, but I wanted like a seamless diffuser. I didn't want it to have pieces, so that's why I did it this way. So that's why I redesigned it like this. And we'll have a little reverse brake light in the center. And then I also started modeling the taillight cavity and radiator exhausts. So I've mentioned this many times, the radiator is going to be in the back, and I will have these big exhausts that will run through the trunk to exhaust all of the heat from the radiator. Instead of just having like random open holes or hole saw holes everywhere, I actually want to design a duct that looks cool, and it will match the whole shape and design. This is the taillight cavity that will attach to the wide body, and the taillight will be mounted inside of this hole. We'll just drill little holes, have little studs, same as the OEM taillight. For this gap here, because the taillight's not going to go all the way to the end here, see this lip here? This lip will have another piece printed that will have the Lexus logo kind of like this. So this is the Lexus electrified sport concept, and you can see it has this little fascia here. This car has all these crazy vents. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do like a simple little mesh or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out. That's basically the gist of it. So it's ready to be split into pieces, and I can start printing it, and that will be in the next video. So the next video will be the whole body of the car complete, and we can start moving forward with the door, side skirts, and fenders, because I will actually have physical fenders that I can finally work with. So that's gonna be it for this video, ding dongs. Sorry I was so delayed and I didn't get more done. I just got a little distracted with the garage, like I said. If you guys wanna see more garage renovations, like I said, I have a lot to do. I gotta move stuff around. So let me know in the comments if you actually wanna see some garage renovations and all that stuff. But besides that, make sure you subscribe if you wanna see these videos early, as well as discounts on my products and exclusive content. Check out the Patreon. It really helps me out with, purchasing supplies, because this stuff is not cheap, and hopefully I can finish this project sooner rather than later. But that's gonna be it for this one, ding dongs. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Some people have said they thought they were subscribed, but they're now realizing they're not subscribed and they're not seeing my videos and not getting notifications. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, hit the bell so that you actually receive notifications to see these videos when they do come out. I don't know what happened. The last bumper videos were doing great. Now the views have just just been declining rapidly. I have no idea why, because I have more subscribers than I did before the bumper video, so weird. I don't know what's going on. That's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, Ding Dongs. Peace out, stay sweet, and I'll see you guys next week.
America, America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your job?